All right. Shalom, Israel. Shalom, shalom. This brother Obadiah with New Wine Congregation. And I want to give all honor and glory right to the Heavenly Father Yahweh in the name of His only begotten Son Yahweh Shai. And this lesson I'm gonna touch on tonight is gonna be my Sabbath lesson, going into having children are a curse nowadays? Question mark. And this is a topic that definitely need to be discussed. Excuse me. Because when you read the accounts of women in the Bible that was barren and couldn't have child or have children, they would look that was a thing in the ancient world that you would look down upon. If you was a woman that couldn't have a child, you was frowned upon. People talked about you, oh, that's so and so, she can't have a child, she ain't got no children. What? That's something that women wanted to have children back in the ancient world. Women wanted to have children. Like if they didn't have children, they'll pass out. Like they needed to have children. But nowadays, in this generation of black people, I'm gonna speak on black people and black women, right? A lot of times, a lot of our women, they don't want to have children. Right? Society, the music that's being pushed, the things that we see on TV, things that we hear, it got our people not even wanting to have children. It got our women taking Plan Bs. It got our women getting abortions, getting their tubes tied. It's like nowadays people don't want to have children, or women don't want to have children. They look down upon if they have 5 or 6 children or 3 children. People talk about them. Dang, she keep popping all these children out left and right. Dang, she got all them. Oh, she got a lot of kids. She got all them kids. I don't know how she do that. Now it's complete opposite. Back in the ancient world, women was talked about if they didn't have children or they couldn't have children. But nowadays, you get talked about by people, by your family members. They be whispering things. If you got a lot of kids, which then the Most High God say be fruitful and multiply. I'm gonna pull that. But then the Most High God say be fruitful and multiply. So today's time it looked at as a burden for women to have kids, and it all boils down to. I'm gonna keep it real. It all boils down to a lot of our women just want to be harlots. You know, they want to lay down. They want to lay down with all these different men, but they don't want to have a baby. They don't want to take the responsibility. They don't want to have the responsibility of carrying a child. So they get the Plan Bs, and they get their tube tied, and they get abortions when they find out they're pregnant, because they don't want to carry a child. But it was the complete opposite in the ancient world. I'm gonna pull some scriptures to prove that. But before I get into it, play this video real quick. Play the brother blowing the shofar to start the video off. Con. So yeah, man. This gonna be a encouragement for sisters that may have children. You know that it's a blessing from the Most High God, man. Although society can push it and make it seem like you going all for it. You know, you got too many kids. You need to slow down. It's a blessing from the Most High, man. Children are a blessing from the Most High, man. Especially when you raise them up in righteousness and keeping these laws and commandments. It's a blessing, but nowadays it's looked down upon. Um, so let's get some scriptures real quick. Let's get Genesis going into Sarah, right? Because Sarah, she couldn't have a child at this instant. Or Sarah, she couldn't have a child. So let's see what she do. Let's see how desperate she was to have a child, and let's see if our women, like a lot of our, let's see if when I say our women, I'm gonna clear this up. When I say our women, I'm not talking about all of our women with this mindset, but a lot of our women have this mindset of I don't want no kids. A lot of women say that I don't want no kids. I don't want no kids. Our foremothers was never saying I don't want no kids. They wanted kids. They'll lose their mind if they didn't have no kids. So where that mindset come from of I don't want no kids, I'm independent, I want a parents relationship, all this stuff was given to us, was beaten to us, and I'll go back to slavery. When you read the Willie Lynch letter, when you look into the Willie Lynch letter and see what he was saying and what he beat into our people, it all stems and boils down to slavery. Um, look at Genesis 1. Or do I want Genesis 1? Yeah, Genesis 1 and Genesis 16 and 1, my bad. It's Genesis 16 and 1. Now, Sarah, Abram's wife, bare him no children, and she had a handmaid, an Egyptian, whose name was Hagar. So she had like an Egyptian handmaid, right? She was an Egyptian servant. Sarah, Abram's wife, she couldn't have no children. You know, he probably was trying and trying and trying, but she just, her womb just wasn't getting blessed at that moment. It says, and Sarah said unto Abram, behold, now the Lord hath restrained me from bearing. I pray thee, go into my maid. It may be that I may obtain children by her. And Abram hearkened to the voice of Sarah. And Sarah, Abram's wife, took Hagar, her maid, the Egyptian, after Abram had dwelt 10 years in the land of Canaan, and gave her to her husband Abram to be his wife. And he went unto Hagar, and she conceived. And when she saw that she had conceived, her mission was despised in her eyes. And Sarah said unto Abram, my wrong be upon thee, I have given my maid into thy bosom. And when she saw that she had conceived, I was despised in her eyes. The Lord judged between me and thee. So the point of this is Sarah, right? She was so desperate. She wanted to have a child. She didn't be like, well, my womb ain't opening. It is what it is. I don't care. I don't want to have a child anyway. I don't want to raise no bad kids anyway. Little snotty nose kids. Don't listen kids. No. She was so desperate to have a child. She told her husband to, hey, look, go into my handmaid, Hagar. And when she had that child, I'm gonna raise the child like it's mine. That's how desperate our women was to have children because they understood the lineage. That's something that a lot of our people don't understand. Even the men, they understood lineage, like especially the men. Like this is my excuse me. This is my legacy. When I die and pass on, my kids are going to be my legacy. They understood that. Women understood, okay, I need to have a child, man. My duty is to have children. That's what I want to do. I want to grow my husband's lineage. That's what they wanted to do. But nowadays, our people don't think about that, about inherit lineage and strong family structure and the strength in kids. I mean, not strength in numbers. They don't think about stuff like that, man. If they did, we wouldn't be number one in abortions. We don't think about stuff like this, about lineage and growing. As soon as our kids get 18, our people ready to kick them out the house. Oh, you grown now. You grown now, little N-word. Get out the house. Fend for yourself. Pay these bills. Even Esau, our oppressors don't do that, man. Right? They let their kids work and stay at home and they making money while they staying home. They ain't paying no bills. They making money while they staying home. So they saving up. So when they ready to leave, they prepared. They got enough money to provide and be on their own. But a lot of our people be so quick to kick the children out the house at 18, 17 years old. We're like, dang, bro. They don't. They still, even though society said they grown 18, they still teens. They don't know. They don't have no money. You kicking them out with nowhere to go, no plan. You're not giving them no plan at all. You're just kicking them out the house. You see what I'm saying? But our forefathers and foremothers back then, they understood these things. We don't now. She told her husband to go into her handmaid. How many women would do that? How many women would do this? I'm gonna put this in today's time, right? You got a husband. Your husband, you know your husband want a child. You know your husband want a child, and you can't get pregnant, but you got a close friend, right? Close friend, and you tell your husband, hey, just go into her. I know you want a child. I can't give you a child right now, but you know, just try going to her. How many women nowadays be like that? Knowing their husband want a child, but they can't give her a child, so they tell her to go into this woman right here, so you can have a lineage. Start your lineage off. They ain't going for it. But our people had different mindsets back then. They had that ancient mindset, and it's the type of mindset we had to come back to. We've been so westernized over here in Babylon the Great, America, right? We've been so messed up. We lost our heritage in the ways that we used to think. So when you go to another account, right? When you go to First Samuel, when you go into Hannah, right? It's a lot of women in the Bible that was barren. They started off barren, not having children, and it wasn't a good feeling for them. Start at verse 2. Verse 2, and he had this is talking about what was talking about? Who was talking about? Elkanah. Yeah, this is talking about Elkanah, right? The son of Jeroham, the son of Elihu, the son of Tahu, the son of Zuph, and Ephrathite. And he had two wives. The name of the one was Hannah, and the name of the other Peninnah. And Peninnah had children, but Hannah had no children. So one of his wives, he started his lineage off with one of his wives, Peninnah. She had children. She could have children. Her womb was open. But Hannah, his other rib, she wasn't able to have no children at this particular time. And it says, and this man went up out of his city yearly to worship and to sacrifice to the Lord of hosts in Shiloh. And the two sons of Eli, Hophni and Phinehas, the priest of the Lord, were there. And when the time was that Elkanah offered, he gave to Peninnah his wife and to all her sons and her daughters portions. But unto Hannah he gave a worthy portion, for he loved Hannah, but the Lord had shut up her womb. And her adversary also provoked her sore, for to make her fret, because the Lord had shut up her womb. And he did so year by year when she went up to the house of the Lord. So she provoked her. Therefore she wept and did not eat. Right? So the Lord had closed her womb at that time, man. You had her sister wife. She kind of, I got children, because, she would looking down upon Hannah because Hannah didn't have no children. And it said year by year, when she went up to the house of the Lord, so she provoked her. Therefore, she wept and did not eat. So she was to the point where, man, okay, I can't have no child, but I'm looking at her. She got all these children, and now she talking about me that I can't have no child. She wept. She cried. She couldn't even eat because her womb wasn't open because she was barren. Our women ain't like that today, man. When it comes to children, they be happy when they find when they take the test and they find out that I'm not pregnant. The women be happy nowadays. The women be happy nowadays when they find out they can't have a child. But if a doctor, if a woman, if a lot of times, if a woman go to the doctor and the doctor say you can't never have a child, it wouldn't bother them. They cool with that. Okay, it's what it is. What it is. Okay, yes. They might say yes, but they don't understand. Children are a blessing from the Most High God, man. Don't let society tell you, and your family tell you, uh, you don't need to be having all them children, man. If it's the Lord will, you're gonna have however many children the Most High God give you. You don't need to be worried about people that's carnally thinking you got all these children, 3 or 4 children. And of course, as a man, of course, you know, you want to have your household in order in the sense of having a roof over your head and, be able to provide, when you have a child and things like that. You want to make sure that, everything decently in order. But other than that, man, children are a blessing from the Most High God. You got the opportunity to raise up a child in His truth or children in His truth. People just look at it like it's a burden because of what we've been taught. They look at having kids as a burden. That's that slave mentality, man. Right? But best believe these other nations don't think like that. We're the only people that think that children is a burden and that it's a burden to have children. These other nations don't think like that, man. They understand lineage. They understand they getting. It was this video, right? Of this dude was doing a YouTube video, a black dude. He went to a white girl. He was like, "Which one do you prefer, black guys or white guys?" And she said, "Black guys." And he said, "Why?" And she said, basically to sum up what she said, she was like, what she said, man. She said something on the lines of, we have melanin in our skin, and we're gonna we're gonna last longer, be here longer, and she want to live on, and that's how she gonna and that's how she gonna allow her lineage to live on by her children. She said she gonna live on through her children. And I can find that video. I think a sister had posted it. Was it this one?
Building your online business? Go to Wix.com and set up your store.
For you, black guys or white guys? Black guys. Can you elaborate as to for you, black guys or white guys?
Black guys.
Can you elaborate as to why specifically black guys?
Yes, black guys are melanated, and I want my children to survive. And I know that the only way for them to survive in the future is for them to have melanin in their skin. So that's the way for me to, make my legacy continue.
Okay, I like that answer. That's actually a really unique answer.
Bro, every other race of people think like that but us. She's thinking on a deeper level. Our people think on the surface level. She's thinking about her children, about her lineage, about her getting passed on through her children, man. Her legacy getting passed on through her children. We not thinking about that, man. We're not thinking about that, man. This how you have a nation, bro. This is how you build a strong nation, man. And this is why you read in accounts of our forefathers having multiple women, because that when you have multiple or more than one wife, you can have more children, and that builds a what am I looking for? That builds a like a little mini kingdom. That builds like a little a little mini kingdom when you have, your wives, your kids. That's your legacy, man. That's why you had men having about 15 kids, 20 kids, 30 kids, right? And that was their legacy right there. That was their kingdom, right? That was their village. That's what I'm looking for. That was their village, man, right? And women understood that. Women understood that, and men understood that. But now we've been so, drifting away from our ways, man. And that's what the so-called white man wanted, man. These elites, they understood. They want us to not want to have kids. And why they gave us abortions and things like that. That's why in the time of Egypt, in Exodus, Pharaoh killed the boy firstborns and allowed the women to live. That's what they was doing in slavery. They didn't want us to produce and have kids. They didn't want us to do that because they feared us, man. They feared us in number. They didn't want us to be. They already fear us. They didn't want us to over populate. So they feel like we'll take over. So they want our women to be like, I don't want no kids. They want our women to take the Plan Bs and tie their tubes. They're not gonna tell them not to do it. The doctors ain't gonna tell them not to do it. So look at the other precept, man. Just to show, man, that you had our women. It's a blessing to have children, man, because you had women in the Bible that was barren and couldn't have children. They was going through it. So if you can have a child, man, if the Lord bless your womb or continue to bless your womb, that's a blessing, no matter what nobody say. To the Most High God, and that's the only thing that matters. To the Most High God, it's a blessing to have children. It's a blessing to marry. It's a blessing to marry young. Our women in the Bible weren't waiting until they lived their best life and slept with all these different men. Then when they get in their late 30s, they want to settle down. What man? What man want to settle down when you done lived your 20s doing what you want to do, flying private with all these different rappers? You going here with this rapper, going here with this rapper. Now you with this actor. Now you with this NBA player. Now you with this NFL player. Now when you get in your late 30s, now you looking for a good man to settle down. No. Our women wasn't doing that, man. Our women was marrying young. There's nothing wrong with marrying. There's nothing wrong with marrying young, man. Not too young. Don't get my word. I ain't talking about like 12. And I ain't talking about no pedophile type stuff, man. I'm just saying like young in the sense of, marriageable age, right? 20, 21, 22, in your 20s, man. There's nothing wrong with marrying in your early 20s, in your prime. That's how you're gonna have the most children. That's when you most fertile, when you're young, and you young. Women want to wait till they 40 years old. Men want to have children. If they don't right now, they're gonna want to have children. They're gonna want to have a child. And you trying to wait till you 40 years old to try to take it serious and try to have a child. I mean, it's possible. It's possible, but it'd be more easier if you marry young with that man, and then you have more children, man. There's nothing wrong with that. But we've been so, again, westernized. And so westernized, man. Genesis 25 and 21. And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife because she was barren. Isaac's wife Rebekah, she was barren. And the Lord was entreated of him, and Rebekah, his wife, conceived. And so that's the point. And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife because she was barren. So Isaac Isaac when his wife was barren, he went to the Lord. Isaac didn't be like, oh, yes, yes, she can't have no children, so I can do what I want to do with her, and she not get pregnant, and I don't have to raise little Pookie and little Ray Ray. Yes, yes, yes. He wasn't like that, man. He went to the Lord for his wife because he seen how it was bothering his wife, and he understood. I want a lineage. I'm not gonna always be here. That's a sad thing. It's a sad thing when a man die without having no children, especially no males. It's a sad thing, man, to a man to die because technically the male is gonna really pass his lineage on his lineage because his daughter, that's still his seed, of course, that's him. But one day she probably gonna remarry, and that's gonna be she gonna have the last name of another man. But that son always gonna have his last name, and that's gonna be him. So it's a sad thing when a man dies without having a son. That's really him. That's his lineage. And Isaac he knew that, so he's like, man, I need to pray for her, man. I need to go to the Lord and ask the Lord to open up her womb. How many men are doing that in today's time? How many men are doing this in today's time? Not a lot. Not a lot. Especially our brothers in the world. They not, they happy when that girl can't have a child. She may be upset. She may be sad. But the whole time, he happy that she can't get pregnant. That's not the right way to be, man. Let's get another person that was barren in the book of Genesis. Genesis 29:31. And when the Lord saw that Leah was hated, he opened her womb, but Rachel was barren. So you could be like that, man. The Lord can have you barren to the point where you can't even have no child. That's not a good feeling, man. It's not a good feeling. I want to go down. Let's get a few more people, a few more women that was barren in the Bible. So that's why I'm making this video to say, man, if you're a woman, man, if you're a woman, what is that? Why are these words on the screen? Oh, if you're a woman, man, and if you're able to have a child, all praise, man, give the Most High God praise, because that's not a little thing. Don't take that for granted, because it's a lot of women out here that wish they can be in your shoes and have children. So don't take that for granted and be like, it's a small thing. No, you actually have women around the world that's barren, that can't have children, and that's wishing they was in your shoes and were able to have children. Judges 13:2. And there was a certain man of Zorah, of the family of the Danites, whose name was Manoah, and his wife was barren and bare not. And the angel of the Lord appeared unto the woman and said unto her, behold, now thou art barren and beareth not, but thou shalt conceive and bear a son. So, the brother Zorah, right? My bad. The brother Manoah had a wife and she was barren. She was barren. She couldn't have a child. But the Most High God sent an angel to her and was like, hey, you gonna have a child. You gonna bear a son. But right now your womb ain't open. So there's a lot of women in the scriptures that was barren, man, at first, and then they was able to have a child. And that just shows the strength and the power of the Most High God, man. And it just, everything's just so backwards nowadays. Like, it's crazy how um just to think that women back then would, they was going into depressed mode, crying and anger, upset that they couldn't have children. But now the children of those people in today's time, they don't even want to have children. It's looked down upon if you have a child. You dang near looked at it as a freaking orphan. You looked at it, if you have a child, you looked at basically as a freaking, as a uh what the word I want to use. You have a lot of children, you look at it as a freaking nanny. I don't know, bro. But people, you know how people be, man. And I know people heard conversations of how people talk about other people that have children. They have probably like 2 or 3 children, 4 children, 5 children. All them kids she got. Man, they got a lot of kids. Okay. I don't want no kids. It's just crazy, man. But this is the generation that we in. We'd rather kill our babies, you know what I'm saying, with abortions and things like that, instead of having a child, raising a child, and continuing on your legacy. That's your legacy. Stop looking at a child as just a child. Like, oh, this just a damn snotty nosed rascal. Just a snotty nosed baby kid. No, when you see that child, you see you. When you see that child, you looking at your legacy. When you see that child, you looking at a child of the Most High God, a servant of the Most High God. This is you. That's you. This is what you're investing in. Your child is what you investing in, man. To be a better you. Stop just allowing your child to be in your household and he's just there. He like an imaginary friend. He pop up when he want to pop up. He's imaginary, like Casper the ghost. He's in the house, but he's not in the house. No, bro. These kids, the children are blessing from the Most High, and that's how we're gonna continue and build our nation up. When we having children, when we raise them up in keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. That's how we're gonna grow as a nation. Not only is the man, the woman, the husband, the wife got to be in order, the children got to be in order too. Because when the husband and wife gone, who gonna be here for in their spot? Their children. We raise them up, keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. Right? We raise them up, keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments. That's what the Most High God want us to do. That's part of our job. And to cut it short, right? When you go to Luke chapter 1 and verse 5 through 7, Elizabeth was barren. When you go to 2 Kings 4 and 8 through 17, the Shunammite woman was barren. Let me get this precept. This is a commandment from the Lord. This is technically, if people want to say, this is one of the first commandments that he actually gave in the Bible. Verse 27, Genesis 1 and 27 through 28. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him, male and female created he them. And God blessed them, and Yahweh blessed them, and Yahweh said unto them, be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth, and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth. So when the scripture said, be fruitful and multiply. How you gonna be fruitful and multiply when you tie your tools? when you get plan B's, when you get abortions, how you gonna be fruitful and multiply? The Bible, the Most High God want His people to have children. He don't want you to wait until you 50 years old, till you 40 years old, till you 35 years old, and that's when you decide you want to have children. He wants you to have. It's not a burden. It shouldn't be a burden, man. I know. I understand we're in captivity. Understand, they make it diapers and stuff be high, wipes be high. It make it kind of hard to be a parent while you in captivity, especially nowadays when how things going on. But it's a blessing if you have a child and you can have a child. It's always a blessing, man, to be able to have children. Because everybody can't have children. Always a blessing. If you're able to have a child, man, count it joy. Hit your knees and pray to the Most High God, man, that He see you acceptable to even be a father or a mother. You see what I'm saying? That's wild. Salakia says Genesis 127. That's crazy. Genesis Psalm 127 and 3 is getting late. My mind's about time to KO. This Psalm 127 and 3. Lo, children are an heritage, heritage of the Lord, and the fruit of the womb is His reward. So that's a reward. That's like technically a gift from the Most High God to you. You see what I'm saying? Let's look at that word heritage, because whatever this word means, the Bible said it's children are a heritage to the Lord. Let's see what He's talking about. Property that is or may be inherited, an inheritance. Birthright, that's what it want. Legacy, this is the two I want. Birthright and legacy and property. So when you go back, it says, lo, children, Psalms 127 and 3. Lo, children are an heritage of the Lord. So, and the fruit of the womb is His reward. So understand this. It's a legacy. It's a legacy. Understand this, man. These Israelite children, they are related to Yahweh Shai. They're related to Yahweh. So He loved to see Israelite babies, because that's more of His kinfolks. That's my cousin. That's my niece. That's my nephew. This is him. This is his legacy as well too. And the fruit of the womb is His reward. So that's a blessing from the Most High God to even be able to have children. So don't look at that as a burden. Don't look at you able to have a child as don't look at that, or don't take that for granted, I should say. Don't take that for granted when you're able to have a child, man. Because it's a lot of, like I keep saying, I feel like I'm saying the same thing over and over in the video, man. A lot of women, a lot of even men, they going through it too, because their women can't have a child. So just be able to, count that thing in joy. It's how many ever children the Most High God give you, He bless you with, it's a blessing. Just count that thing in joy, man, and just raise them children up in righteousness. Raise them up, better than you. They don't, they ain't gonna never taste pork like you did when you was younger. They gonna wear their fringes, something that you never did when you was younger. They gonna keep the Sabbath day, something that you didn't even know about at that age. So you're already building them up in righteousness, and they're gonna already be growing up knowing the commandments. Our goal is for them to know more than us, to be better than us in this truth. And you able to do that when you working and building up your children. But first you gotta want children and know the role that you play within these children's lives to build them up to be prophets, prophetess, things like that. You know what I'm saying? My wish for my daughter one day is to be a prophetess, not to be the best basketball player, not to be the best singer, the best dancer, the best dresser. No, my goal for her one day, I want to see her being a prophetess, making videos for other sisters, teaching other sisters about the Bible, bringing other sisters in this truth. That's my goal for her, man. But we got to build her up to be able to do that. You see what I'm saying? But but yeah, man. I think that's all I had, man, for this. I did want to get this verse too, because I'm saying all this, man, but don't be hasty, brothers and sisters, especially I'm speaking to the brothers now. Don't be hasty. Make sure you got yourself right first before you bring a life into this world, man. You don't want to barely making it, you barely making it yourself and you having a child. Nah, man, take it slow. It's a blessing, of course, to have a child, but don't force nothing. Don't try to force nothing. You see what I'm saying? Make sure that you got yourself right, to be able to provide for this child and your wife or wives whenever when it come. It says it's a scripture I want. I think it was let's see. Was it Sirach 42 verse 10? Yeah, I'm gonna start at 9. The father waketh for the daughter when no man knoweth, and the care for her taketh away sleep. When she is young, lest she should pass away the flower of her age, and being married, lest she should be hated. So it was a see, that's what I'm saying, man. We so destroyed as a people, bro. Hosea 4 and 6. Um, Women wanted to be married, right? That was something that women wanted to do. Women wanted to be married, right? They didn't. Nowadays, women ain't trying to. Women don't want to. Women can care less. A lot of our women can care less if they get married or not. Like that's the last thing on their mind. They want to live it up first. They want to travel the world first. They want to get the bag first. Then they may want to get married afterwards. Who knows? Sometimes they do. Sometimes they don't. But this was something that fathers stayed up all night thinking about when it came to their daughter, about her getting older, you know what I'm saying, who she finna marry, things like that. That's something that he thought about, when she gonna get married, the children, hope it's a good guy. He couldn't get no sleep. It says in her virginity, lest she should be defiled and gotten with child in her father's house, and having an husband, lest she should misbehave herself. And when she is married, lest she should be barren. So this is all good right here, man. So all of this is basically going into a shame. Verse 10 is basically is going into everything going into a shame when it comes to a woman. It said, in being married, lest she should be hated, in her virginity, lest she should be defiled and gotten with child in her father's house, and having a husband. So it's a shame for a woman to have a child. And it was definitely something that would look at as a shame for a woman to have a child under her father's roof. Her father will want her father will want her my bad. A father would want his daughter to be in the same roof, under the same roof with her husband before she have a child. It was looked at as a shame for a woman to have a child under her father's roof. You know what I'm saying? And having a husband that she should misbehave herself, because a husband played a good part on the way of how a woman acts. Still to this day, a man got the power to put his foot down and in righteousness and teach her these commandments and be a man of God, or he got the power to be a wicked Negro, a wicked YN, or a crash out. Now his wife being a crash out. So he got that power and that authority, man, to set things straight and get his household in order how he want things run. So yeah, I just want to pull that just to show, man. So definitely, I'm saying all this. And so I'm saying, there's nothing wrong with marrying young. There's nothing wrong with having children, but just make sure that you got things situated, man. Make sure you plan things out how you want before you even think about sleeping with this woman or things like that. Ask her. These are conversations that we that need to be talked about before you lay down with a woman, bro. Before you want to make a woman your wife, talk. Y'all pick each other brain. Like, do you want to have children? To me, that would be a red flag for a woman to be like, I never want to have children, like ever. Like she never. I can see right now you'd be like, okay, I want to one day, but right now I don't know if I'm ready. Okay, but if you saying, oh no, I don't never want to have children. I hate kids. Like, oh, I don't know. I don't know about you. I don't know about you. I don't know. Nah, but that's something like these conversations got to be had, man. How you want the house or the man, the woman asking him, how you want things done in your household, how many kids you want to have, what's your vision on our kids, and do you want them homeschooled, things like that. I mean, we don't really have talk like that no more, bro. People don't really have talk like that no more. It's really just all over the place nowadays. But these good conversations to have, man. But it's definitely a blessing to have children, and don't let nobody make you think that it's not, man, because the children are from the Most High God. It's a blessing from the Most High God, man. He said, be fruitful and multiply. This is how we're going to build our nation up, right? So, Lord, when this was edifying, what the? Lord, when this was edifying, this is Sabbath lesson for the night, and I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh by Shemi Awashai. I say Shalom.